We'll start with a prayer. It's about serving others. Father, follow me to serve others with a joyful heart, never keeping score, always giving, never expecting to receive. Allow me to give of myself, to give of my talents and of my goods, to give of my time and of my energy, to give of my heart and of my soul. Help me understand the needs of others. Allow me to serve others as you serve, with gentleness, compassion, and tenderness. Amen.
Amen.
The Commissioner's Office is representing the Board of approve the execute the minutes of the meeting May 4th. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Yes. Commissioner's Office requesting the Board approve and execute the minutes of the meeting May 11th, 2021.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner Ward?
Yes. Chair.
On May 26th, for Department on Aging, I approved and executed the Senior Farm Market Program Participation Agreements for the period June 1st, 2021 through October 31st, 2021 with the following farmers: D and S Produce, Raymond Byler; River Valley Produce, Jacob Kaufman; Howard's Apples, Paul Harris; Burton Floral, John Taylor; Eddie Fruit Farm, Bart Alcorn; and Patterson Fruit Farm, Bill Patterson. For Water Resources, I accepted the resignation of Keith Stowers, Wastewater Plant Operator 1, to be effective May 19th, 2021, and granted permission to advertise for the position of Wastewater Plant Operator number 1 internally for a period of 5 days, with applications accepted from May 27th through 4:30 p.m. on June 3rd, and externally until the position is filled. And approved hiring David Galhason to the position of Electrician 2 at the rate of $25.84 per hour with a 1-year probationary period. This offer of employment is contingent upon the successful completion of the required pre-employment conditions. On June 1st, I approved our liquor license, concurred with the Bainbridge Township trustees in not requesting a hearing on the liquor license being requested by SIBO USA LLC, located at 8561 East Washington Street and Patio, Chagrin Falls, Ohio, Bainbridge Township, and concurred with Bainbridge Township in not requesting a hearing on the liquor license being requested by Walmart Stores East LP, doing business as Walmart Supercenter 3250, located at 7235 Marketplace Drive, Aurora, Ohio. For transit, approved hiring Laura Brett to the position of part-time transit driver to be effective June 7th, 2021 at the rate of $14.83 per hour with a 1-year probationary period. This offer of employment is contingent upon the successful completion of the required pre-employment conditions. And approved hiring James O'Neill to the position of part-time transit driver to be effective June 7th, 2021 at the rate of $14.83 per hour with a 1-year probationary period. The offer of employment is contingent upon the successful completion of the required pre-employment conditions. And for Water Resources, approved and executed the Ohio Water Development Authority Fund payment requests, including request number 4 in the amount of $16,163.51, request number 5 in the amount of $20,698.20, and request number 6 in the amount of $52,060.46 for technical services by GPD Corporation Incorporated for the Chardon Township Wastewater Treatment Plant and Sewers Project. And on June 7th, for Water Resources, I approved hiring Keegan Loza for the position of full-time summer help to be effective June 14th, 2021 through September 30th, 2021, or the start of school, whichever comes first, at the rate of $10 per hour for up to 21 weeks.
Great. Thank you, Jerry.
The next one's good.
The next one's mine also.
Okay.
For financials, on June 3rd, approved amongst other things, cash transfer from the general fund to the law enforcement block grant for the county match on the Ohio Office of Criminal Justice Services grant number 2018-JG-LLE-5108F Mobile Data Terminal Replacement Project. and encumbrances included amongst others, encumbrance increase for NV5 Incorporated for change order number 1 for additional services related to the scope, bidding, vendor selection, administration, and management of the IT installation work at the new county office building. Then and now encumbrance from the juvenile court to Ohio Guidestone for parent monitoring services not previously encumbered. Contract PO from Transit to the Treasurer State of Ohio for their share of a replacement bus for one that was in an accident and was totaled. Total includes insurance money received from Corsa. Vouchers included amongst others $33,920.75 from the Clerk of Courts and Common Pleas Court to Courtview Justice Solutions for service and support on their court management software, and $72,758.61 from Water Resources to GPD Incorporated for engineering services related to Chardon Township wastewater treatment plant project, and a revenue certification from Water Resources in their operating fund for additional monies received in 2021.
Thank you, Jerry. Morning, Adrian.
Good morning. Okay, today's financials include an encumbrance from the Commissioners for JAC Construction of Ohio, LLC for directional boring services related to the new county office building. And among the vouchers are $22,451.61 from the Commissioner's Office to the Geauga County Agricultural Society for Corsa settlement checks made out to the county that were deposited into the general fund. $1,356,669.29 from the Commissioner's Office to Donnelly's Independence Incorporated for pay request number 7 for the new county office building project, and $89,460 from the Sheriff's Office to Motorola Solutions Incorporated for hardware and software support for the 800 megahertz radio system. And that was $89,355 that we paid for that last year, so it went up a nominal amount.
Good.
So,
Good. Make the motion?
Second the motion?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner Ford?
Yes.
And then the next one is for the 2022 tax budget public hearing. We're requesting the board grant permission to advertise to hold that public hearing to discuss the Geauga County 2022 tax budget to be held on Tuesday, June 29th at 10 a.m. And notice of this public hearing will be advertised on June 17th and on the county website.
So moved?
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner Ford?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks, Adrian.
Is Jennifer here?
Oh, see?
She's just walking.
She's
coming
walking in the
now.
door, okay.
Okay.
We'll move her down the road.
We can go to the next one.
Yeah.
Okay, Government Affairs, Northeast Ohio, Pennsylvania, Charter Communications.
Morning.
Good morning.
Chris Thomas.
Again, back here, up
No,
there.
you can come up here.
Come on down.
All right, my name's Chris Thomas. Thank you for giving me a couple minutes. Just wanted to give you some updates on some things that are going on with Spectrum in Geauga. So, start with, I guess most people are interested in digital divide issues. You know, in the last year, that's become, went from an interesting issue to a top priority for folks. So a couple things that are going on in Geauga that I wanted to share with you. The first is, and you may be familiar with the Rural Digital Opportunity Fund. It's a federal program whereby the federal government had a reverse auction, meaning that they divided up the country into census blocks. And they allowed cable companies, phone companies, et cetera, to bid on those locations, on providing internet service to every home and business in those census blocks. And whoever came back with the lowest bid, they won the amount. So in Geauga, figures here, Spectrum won a fair amount, more than others in the county. So, and this is over the next couple years. But we will be building to 1,674 homes and businesses. The federal support for this is about $313,000, which is about 20% of the project. So Spectrum is putting in whatever 4 times that would be 6, 12, about 1.2 million. The federal government's putting in 300,000. So that's the way that the system worked throughout the country, and that's how it is impacting Geauga. And I just did a printout. You can look and see, if you want to see where we're building, FCC has an interactive map. So you can go to fcc.gov, search RDOF, RDOF map, and it'll come up with a map of the country. You can zoom in on Geauga and see.
What was that gov?
FCC.gov. And it's called RDOF is the name of the program, RDOF. But just to kind of give you a rough idea, that's just a screenshot I did this morning, that you can see where Chardon is in Middlefield to kind of give you your bearings. The light green are areas that we're going to be building to. So it's mostly in the south and the eastern part of the county, but it's a fair amount of territory there.
Mm-hmm.
Did you buy into, maybe push out Sudden Link? The Sudden Link had a lot of...
No, that Suddenlink is still wherever Suddenlink is.
I see, okay.
So that's, and they may have bid on areas as well, I'm not sure. It's going to be an all-fiber construction. So right now, if you have our services, it's a combination of fiber into the neighborhood and then coax into the home. This is going to be all fiber. The cost of fiber has come down significantly. So it really was not a big cost difference and has greater capacity than what the coax does.
And this will be high speed and all that.
Yeah, 1 gig minimum download speed, so it's going to be 1 gig and above.
Mm-hmm. And these new territories, this is based on what? Just prior, these are gaps in service, or is this?
Those were census
population?
blocks that the government put up for auction. Now that doesn't show where we already are.
Yeah, that's what I
that
was
just
wondering.
right. Yeah, that just shows where we're going to be.
Because we've heard some complaints over the last couple of years, like I'm sure you probably hear them all the time, but we've identified a few areas in the county that are notoriously bad reception or connection or whatever you want to call it, but hopefully they're identifying those spots and trying to take care of those first, right?
Well, the way the federal government program worked is the census blocks that they allowed or that they auctioned off. This is just round 1.
Mm-hmm.
There presumably will be a round 2 because there's still about $9 billion left in the pot. But this was census blocks that had no internet access at all. So so if it was a half and half, if we were in some places or Suddenlink or another provider was in portions of it, then that was not auctioned off. So these are areas that had no service in the entire census block. The next round, presumably, will be those that have service in some but not other parts.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where that is
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
It just so happens the federal government allowed 10 years for it. It'll take us about 7. As luck would have it, we're starting in Northeast Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
So we suspect that Geauga will probably be done in 2022.
Okay. And to do that, is this putting up towers, or is this running fiber, like you said, or is it a combination of both?
No towers.
No towers.
No,
Okay.
it's all fiber.
Fiber. Okay.
So it will
Okay.
be, from the outside, it'll look just like the cable system does everywhere else in the county. So
Okay.
it'll just be on the existing poles. You're not putting up any poles. And which brings me to, I guess, another issue, and I may be coming and asking for assistance, or someone else may on our team. But about 25%, the biggest chunk of the expense is pole attachment. Primarily getting contracts with the pole owners. So if the poles in Geauga are owned by AT&T or the power company, that's never an issue because the PUCO regulates.
And you can just go right
If
to
we
it.
just go,
Yeah.
they know what we pay and everything. When there's rural co-ops, then there's other issues. And I'm not sure how many, if those exist in Geauga. But we may, need help on that because sometimes the turnaround time for issuing permits is much longer, 6 to 9 months just to permit.
Mhm.
The cost of it is, up to 10 times greater than what AT&T or
Okay.
First Energy charge.
Good.
So that's kind of some of the hurdles that we have. So those are the areas that we're going to be going to anyways over the next probably year and a half or so. And that's with the federal help. Now the state, as you might know, Senate Bill 2 just passed and was signed by the governor probably 2 weeks ago. And that allows a similar program with state funding. Right now, there's $20 million in the pot. They're looking to increase that. The governor wanted $200 million. in. And it'll be the same sort of program in that the cable companies or phone companies or whomever will pay the majority of the expenses for the construction, and then this will make up the difference. So right now, we look at about 20 homes per mile as something that we will build automatically. So where there's 20 homes per mile from our existing plan, we'll just go and build it. What this RDOF program does is it takes the areas that don't quite meet the 20 homes per mile, supplements that, and it makes it so that we still get a return. Our break even is still about the same as what it normally is. The state program will be very similar. So we'll put in the lion's share. There may be a bidding process like the federal, we're not sure. And so there'll be other areas, presumably in Geauga, that will qualify for state help construction. So hopefully there'll be more areas than just what I'm showing you that we'll be building to. And then the third way that we're expanding is partnering with counties and some cities. Most cities have total coverage, except some that used to be townships and kind of became cities. But a lot of counties are getting, of course, the American Rescue Plan funds down from the federal government and are looking to expand to areas that aren't being built to by the federal government program or the state. So to the extent that Geauga is interested in that, and there's areas you'd want us to build to, again, if it's close to 20 homes per mile, we would pay the vast majority of the construction costs and just ask for whatever the supplement would be to get us to our normal break-even time frame.
I mean, is that the intent or purpose of those dollars, is to help Spectrum, or somebody like Spectrum with those dollars?
That was one of, infrastructure was the purpose.
Okay.
And one of the infrastructures that's permitted is broadband.
Okay.
So you can use it on water, you can use it on sewer, you can use it on electricity, or broadband. So that is one of the permitted uses
Okay.
of those funds. So, obviously the areas we're going to build to already, I would assume would not be of interest, but areas that we are not in would be, I would guess.
Okay.
And I've got another map, and I didn't have enough, but I can email that to you, and you can zoom in. It's at the state of Ohio, so it's not quite as clear as that one, which is just the county. But it shows where we already are as well as where we're going.
Yeah.
So,
That'd be
I
helpful.
can share that with you as well. What's a good email that I would send that to?
You can check with Chrissy here and
Send it to me.
Yeah, and if you could maybe leave your contact information too, that'd be great. When we do get complaints, and we get a lot of them, would we have them contact your office then, or could they contact you and get on the?
Well,
Get
I
in
mean, I
line
guess if there's something that the county is interested in partnering with,
Okay.
that would be something that you guys would decide.
Yeah.
If that's
But not
something-
individual.
Individually, they can
Yeah.
just call our customer
Yeah.
service and say, we don't have
Yeah.
service, check and see what it would cost.
Yeah.
Because the way historically we had done things is that back when it was just cable TV and the government entities weren't interested in subsidizing that.
Right.
Then the homeowners would say, gee, there's 10 of us here, it's, you guys will put in, the cable company would spend $20,000, the construction's $25,000, everybody puts in $500 and they get cable TV. So that's kind of the way our system is set up. Somebody calls in, we can tell them what it would cost to bring it to them. And usually we will pay the first $3,000 or so of the construction cost per home.
Okay.
So it just kind of depends on how many homes per mile, how far away we are and so forth. But if they just call a regular customer service number and ask, then we'll run a field check and get back to them. It usually takes a couple weeks though.
Yeah, I mean, up till just recently, like you said, this was a market-driven decisions, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this was all about the bottom line,
Right.
But it's becoming to the forefront of, governments getting involved and considering it part of our infrastructure now.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. Well, good, well, I'm glad that you did reach out to us, because these are questions that, we get a lot here at this office, and, we will definitely be in touch with you, I'm
Okay.
sure.
Very good. I guess a couple other things while I'm here that might be of interest. Starting salary, we're always looking to hire, so if you know anybody who's looking for, we start at $18 an hour is the starting lowest. If you have experience, education, et cetera, it goes up. Next year will be $20 per hour is our lowest starting salary, including full benefits, healthcare, free cable TV, internet, all that.
Excellent.
Also, we have, for folks that have cable available at the street, but they can't afford it. If they have children on the free and reduced lunch program, we have an $18 per month product that they can get internet access for $18 a month if they have a child on the free or reduced lunch program.
Yeah.
So in Geauga County, the other companies, well, Spectrum, Windstream, Suddenlink, and is there any other companies in Geauga County?
Those are the only ones I know of.
Okay.
So Windstream and Suddenlink are traditional telephone companies, and they've gone into, offering internet. I'm not sure if Suddenlink offers cable TV or not. I don't think Windstream does not. But yeah, so those are the only ones that, actually, I think there might be, no, I think that's it.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming in. And
You're welcome.
Something we all need.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys have a good day.
Thank you
too.
very much. You got we got your business card?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
that's right.
Good.
Geauga Trumbull Solid Waste.
Hold on, Nicole, we switched them, yes, because she wasn't here.
Actually, Commissioners, I actually had a phone conversation yesterday with Windstream on this same issue.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
They're reaching out
They
there.
reached out
Yeah.
to us too. So they send you something on it, but.
Good morning.
Probably see those rescues.
Whatever you want to do.
And that's not my
You have the floor.
Thank you. Good morning. I just wanted to come in and let the commissioners know that our second round of Go Green Community Grants are now available. We are accepting applications for up to $2,500 with no match required for any community grant that has an environmental intention to it. So schools, any nonprofit schools or townships, villages, even the county itself could apply for a variety of projects, including trash and recycling receptacles for public venues, containers for inside the building, containers inside the school, starting a composting program out of school, things like that. There's a long list of them that are as examples in the application itself, but pretty much anything goes. We had some interesting applications in the past. So I just wanted to, I have some applications here. They're also available for download online at our Geauga Trumbull Solid Waste District website. Or people can call us or email us, and I'm happy to get it to them, mail it to them, however. The applications are due June 25th, so they have about till the end of the month to get some ideas together and put together a budget. And if anyone has any questions or is interested in applying, please feel free to see me after the meeting, or I can give you my card. You can call me anytime. And I also wanted to mention that our new facility, they have started site work and earth moving. So on Merritt Road, we broke ground, as you know, last week, and they have already jumped on and are starting to level everything out to get digging. So
Oh, great.
just wanted to make that everyone
Very good.
aware.
I was there taking pictures.
Oh, you were there? I was going to stop and take pictures on the way back to the office. So.
That's great.
Yes. And we're going to be posting pictures on our website too, as
Great.
on a monthly basis.
The grant, what other ways are you trying to push that out? Are you sending it direct to, say, schools or any other?
Yes.
Yeah.
We sent it to, I sent it to every email for every fiscal officer.
Okay.
As well as every council member for the villages, the mayors, or the administrator, whoever the administrator was. I sent it to the Geauga County Educational
Service Centers.
Service
yeah.
Center,
Yep.
and asked them to forward it to all of the superintendents and
Good.
principals for all of the schools. We also put it in the Maple Leaf and some of the other publications in Geauga County. But if there's any other way you want me to get it out, I am open to suggestions, but we sent it to everybody we could think of.
And all the public
Entities, yeah.
Yes,
subdivisions.
so, all the subdivisions, yes.
Yes. Okay,
Very good. Thank you very much.
thanks.
Thank you for having me.
Falmouth Police Court.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The Geauga County Adult Probation Department is requesting the board to approve and execute the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Correction subsidy grant agreement for 407 Community Basin residential corrections programs for fiscal year 22 and 23 in the amount of $52,000 for the pre-sentence investigation with no local match. The grant period is from July 1st, 2021 to June 30th, 2023.
Good stuff.
The 9 and 10 are together if you want to do them together,
Okay.
because they are along the same lines.
And also for the 408 subsidy grant agreement, community-based non-residential corrections programs for 22-23 fiscal year in the amount of $179,880, specifically $124,808 for standard probation and $55,072 for pretrial with no local match. And again, it's from July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2024.
Great. Motion on 9 and 10?
Second.
Commissioner White?
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Thank you.
Excellent, thank you very much.
County engineer.
Good morning.
Good morning, Nick.
Item 11 on the agenda is requesting the board approve and execute the unit price contract with Terrace Construction Company for the Washington Street Haskins Road traffic signal in Bainbridge Township in the amount of $226,030.73. We've already awarded this contract, so
Yes.
just sign it.
Very good. So moved?
Second.
Commissioner White?
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Item 12 on the agenda is requesting the board approve the plan set specs and engineer's estimate for the replacement of the Bundiesburg Road Bridge in Parkman Township and further execute the title sheet of the specifications for the same. Project's not being advertised. This is exactly what we need to do to get it to submit to ODOT for their federal approval, so.
Okay. So moved?
Second.
Commissioner White?
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Hey, Nick, on a
These are
different
the points.
subject, I got a question. I've had a couple people contact me about a potentially high incident intersection, and is there a way to go about starting that process of having it reviewed to see if it should need either a light or stop signs or?
Just a matter of a request for the location, give us the specific location. We're looking at all of our intersections, we're ranking them, we're reviewing them.
Yeah.
As things come in.
Would that
sometimes.
go through the township that it's in, or? would that be
It all
something-
depends,
Yeah.
if it's a township, intersection, if it's a township maintained roadway, if it's a county, so if it's a county roadway intersecting the township, the county has jurisdiction.
Okay.
If it's a state route with a county intersection, the state has jurisdiction.
Okay.
So, but, it just depends on who has jurisdictional,
Gotcha.
responsibility for the location. So just let us know and we'd be happy to.
Okay, okay. Great, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
I think those are just, they all of them?
Mhm.
Okay. Good thought.
Good morning.
You said multiple ones.
Number 13 is a request from Planning Commission to approve a replat of Grand Highlands subdivision number 3 located in Russell Township. Pretty straightforward consolidation of sublots 159, 160, and half of 161. It's going to total 1.2324 acres. And it was approved by Planning Commission at their May 11th meeting.
Great, so moved?
Second.
Commissioner White?
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Thanks.
She said she was later. so you-
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All the way around this thing.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you? All right, we'll
Good morning. We were here a little over a month ago to request to go out to bid for Assistance with Daily Living program. That's our program where we contract with area home care agencies to go in the home and provide bathing and dressing for seniors, some homemaking programs. Just want to draw your attention before Reba goes into how we'd like to proceed with our awards. We did go through the bid per required, and we also had a bidders meeting. At the bidders meeting, we were looking to do a 2-year and is it a 20-week contract? To try to get on to a regular calendar, a January to December calendar. Right now the contract runs August through August, which is a little odd when you're trying to budget. There was some apprehension from the agencies at the bidders meeting, forecasting that far into the future with all of the financial issues they were having with COVID. So what we do have in these motions, we are asking for a reduced contract period. Instead of the 2-year and 20 weeks, we are reducing the contract to 1 year and 20 weeks. We did check with legal on that, and you do have the right to reduce that contract. Okay, so we want to bring that to your attention. So Reba, if you want to talk about the awards.
So we had 3 agencies go out to bid. All 3 of those agencies we have worked with in the past, some of them for a number of years. We do, last summer, we did an audit of all the different agencies, making sure that they were meeting all the terms of the current contract that we're in. They did a wonderful job. We look at whether or not they're following the plan of care for the clients, making sure that the services they said they would provide, they are providing with them. We also looked at all their organizational information, make sure everything was in place and up to par. All of them really came through wonderfully. I was amazed at how well they particularly tend to the clients and follow the plan of care and get the services out that are needed for the clients. We had 3 agencies bid this year, Cherished Companions, and we're looking to award them the 12,122 units in the amount of $290,928. We're looking at Home Instead Senior Care to award them 7,925 units in the amount of $190,200. And we're looking to award the Hills at Home, which is also Omen Family Living at Home, in the amount of 3,263 units for $78,312.
And this contract will go from August 15th until December 31st.
I just have a question. How did they all come in at $24 per unit?
We set the unit price.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
We set the unit price.
So they didn't have to bid on it?
Correct. So we set the unit price and they bid on the amount of units that they can use.
And then you broke off who gets how many units, or did
Correct.
they bid on how many they wanted?
They bid on the maximum amount of units that they're willing to take on, and then once they place their bids, we decide on what they're awarded. And what we did in this case was we took the grand total of what each company bid, asserted a percentage, and then when we came up what we were going to award, we used the same percentage.
I see, okay. Very good. I'll make a motion on all 3 of those.
Second the motion.
Commissioner Lennon?
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
And I did want to let you know, we opened our senior centers yesterday.
Oh, good.
How's it going so far?
I heard no bad reports, so no news was good news. We checked in, and I did send out an email out and posted on our social media. The orders for adult day and senior centers were all lifted. We weren't necessarily anticipating that, but masks are not required at our centers. Anyone can wear one at any time for any reason.
When were those lifted?
On the 2nd.
Second?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
We
okay.
initially
Oh,
were
it went
told.
along with the-
We were
okay.
not expecting adult day. The testing requirements were lifted as well.
Mm.
We are still starting at a reduced capacity and doing the reservations. We don't want to go 0 to 100. But masks are not required. We are doing the reduced capacity, limited programming, and hoping to expand each and every month.
Good.
So far, so good, and we're glad to see people again. It's
Good.
It's been a long time coming.
And they're glad to get the service
Oh,
back to
we're
it.
glad, absolutely.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you both.
Economic development.
Morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, good.
So item number 17 this morning is, we're requesting the board reject proposal submitted by Roniak Paving for the Geauga Agricultural Society Fairgrounds paving project under grant BF 19-1AZ-1 in accordance with 2 CFR 200.319B of the Code of Federal Regulations. The reason we're requesting this is that when the fairgrounds submitted their application to us to do this project, they used Roniak to create the specifications and set the cost estimate, and
Can't do that.
therefore
Yeah.
it renders them.
So they had them go out and do all the estimates and then had them bid on it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And this particular CFR states that in order to ensure objective contractor performance
Right.
and eliminate unfair competitive advantage, contractors and develop or draft specifications, requirements, statements of work, or invitations for bids or requests for proposals must be excluded from
Okay.
bid.
And now they're too late to submit for this round, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Like if they were to go out to rebid for this?
So we bid, so we did receive 3 other bids. So we chose the next lowest bidder.
I see.
Which is Ohio Paving.
Oh, okay, so they're able to, okay.
So this project will move forward.
Good. All right, so I'll make a motion on 17.
Second.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
All
So
right.
with having said that, we're requesting the award for the proposal to Ohio Paving and Construction Company for the Geauga Agricultural Society Fairgrounds paving project under grant BF 19-1AZ-1 in the amount of $28,447. And that represents the lowest and best proposal, and further authorize the president of the board to execute the notice of award.
So moved?
Second the motion.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Item 19, we're requesting the board award the bid to Burton Scott Contractors LLC for the DDC Clinic paving project under grant BF 19-1AZ-1 in the amount of $34,950, as they represent the lowest and best bid, and to further authorize the president of the board to execute the notice of award.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes. Now, they had last year's project at DDC, right?
Yes.
Burton Scott.
Yes. So they're very familiar with.
Yeah. Porter Parker.
Will that complete that project, their paving?
I believe so. They do have another road that now comes off and goes back behind the building.
Mhm.
When it's like an accessory building of some kind.
Okay.
And I'll go looking back.
Okay.
Requesting for that.
Okay, number 20, Marty?
Number 20, we are requesting the board select projects for the CDBG allocation program, program year 2021, and further authorize the submission of application under the funds available in the amount of $284,000.
So moved.
Second.
Hold on. You have to say what those projects are.
Oh.
And there's like 5 projects?
I've read them.
Yeah, there's 6.
Yeah.
6.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the ones that were sent to you, but we
Yeah.
need to have it on the record
Oh,
as to
okay.
what they actually
Yeah,
are.
yeah, yeah.
Do you want me to read the whole description? of it?
I would just say what the department is and what the amount is that they're
Okay.
requesting, and maybe a little bit about the project, just so that
So
it's
the
public.
Department of, the Geauga Department on Aging is requesting $59,750 to purchase a Ford T350 long wheelbase medium roof wagon paratransit van to help transport senior citizens to and from medical appointments. Camp Homey Dakota Foundation is requesting $52,000 to assist in phase 2 of their camp winterization project, which includes piping in of gas to on-site cabins. so that they can operate year-round. Cleveland Site Center is requesting $17,950 to make their Lester Sears Hall ADA compliant by adding a guardrail at their Highbrook Lodge in Chardon. The Village of Middlefield is requesting $20,000 to purchase and install ADA door opening assisting devices at the Village Hall, Senior Center, and Police Department. DDC Clinic is requesting $45,500 to replace the existing backup generator that is necessary to protect DNA samples that are frozen in the laboratory and vaccines stored in the laboratory.
How much was that?
$45,500. Women's Safe is requesting $32,000 to update the existing parking lot to increase the number of parking spots and create additional handicap parking and address cracking and standing water issues. The remaining funds are for general administration of $41,800 and fair housing administration for $15,000, and that totals $284,000.
Okay. Make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, good job. Thank you for doing that. Yep.
Good morning, Glenn.
Morning. How y'all today?
Wonderful.
Somewhere, somehow, there's something that states the commissioners will not pay late charges. All right? Cannot find it. Don't know where it's at.
It's nothing new.
All right? Here's my problem. For $5, I'm wasting $100 to come to you to get this approved. All right? As a director, I have a problem with that. If this is my fault, I do not have a problem whatsoever standing up and paying this. All right? If it's my department's fault, I don't have a problem with
Why don't
making
you
my
explain,
people-
what are you talking about before you start getting all
Alright.
cocked up? Like, what do you mean? What is it?
This is late charges.
Yeah.
All right, and this is not the first one.
Mhm.
This is numerous late charges. Either the gas company, the mailing, or something happens. All right.
With bills, they're not getting
With
it.
bills, or session gets canceled,
Mhm.
or it goes through. My bills don't get paid right away.
Mhm.
Automatically 2 weeks when I get in a bill to pay. All
So
right?
every one of these is being late?
Not every one. I have a staff that is on this
Mm-hmm.
constantly, all right, of making sure this stuff goes through. And it's not just my department, it's many departments.
Yeah.
All right, and we try calling the gas company, and you're gonna spend an hour or
Oh,
two
yeah.
easily on the phone. And I just have a problem with sitting here
Yeah.
for $5,
Right.
all right, of doing all the paperwork and getting everything done of
Is there a way to find out why we're getting late charges? I mean,
we got one coming up because, 2 reasons. One was because session was canceled, okay? Another one was, or moved, I should say,
Yeah.
all right? Another one was somehow the address I got wrong
Mhm.
in the window of the envelope.
It's sent back.
All right, so, like I said, this is something that needs to be corrected. Like I said, I understand if it's my fault, my department's fault, then we should pay the late charge. But when it's not our fault, I gotta spend hundreds of dollars to come and get this done and sit in front of you and explain this. To me, this is just unsafe. All right, so now, because session was canceled last Tuesday, all right, these numbers are gonna be incorrect because there's gonna be another late charge on the bill that was just paid. So it's gonna be another five cents, all right? I'm gonna take 5 cents because I'm not playing around no more and put it in the envelope and just pay it. But I don't think a lot of people realize of what we have to go through when we have to pay late charges and stuff, when it's not our fault in this county. And I want to really make sure that everybody's aware of what we got to do when this comes up.
I have that paperwork at my desk.
The basis of not approving late charges is, the purpose of making sure that the departments are processing payments quickly and not just assume, we'll push that off. So I guess my thought would be, if maybe this is something that we look at with regards to the county administrator's approval. Again, it often gets approved through the commissioners, but not having to wait till election day.
Yeah, right.
But, or in a situation where it's one of those where it really was, it was a stupid thing, or the post office being slow, didn't get it paid quickly because of the process we have to follow, it limits the amount of time it can stay in the mail too. So, maybe that's something that in that kind of situation, the county administrator will be able to approve
Yeah.
say, yes, okay, this wasn't a departmental thing, this was an issue that couldn't have been solved. Because I know, previously when I was director of water resources, I know we hated that too. See, some reason the bill got paid a day late, and you wind up somebody spending 2 hours on the phone.
Yeah.
And it's that whole, you're stepping over $1 to pick up a dime.
I understand.
It's,
But,
A lot of
You inherited
departments.
these though too, these two, you inherited.
Right. And a lot of things, a lot of other elected officials, they can pay a bill right away. Where us, we have to process it. And then it has to go to the auditor.
Right.
And then it gets processed up there.
Mm-hmm.
And then it has to come down here. And then we have to wait. So all the timing has to be just perfect for me to pay a bill within 2 weeks. The electric and gas company, when we get it, it's saying,
You got 14 days or whatever.
if that,
Yeah.
all right? I'm lucky to get 14 days. So I just have a problem sitting here saying, we're spending man hours of trying to save up for a nickel,
Yeah.
all right?
And
I'm not the only department.
I think the intent, though, like Jerry said, is we don't want to get in the habit of paying late bills, or and late fees. But this one is obviously, it's, just unrealistic sometimes. You can't get it processed. But,
And that's kinda, I think,
that
where
leads to
Glenn's
a bigger
coming-
question, though, too.
Where
Like,
Glenn's coming from on this one is the fact that this one wasn't the result of him. This was,
yeah,
This is a
or his
Metzen Baum.
department. And then
yeah.
he just got the one yesterday
inherited.
from the
This is from
the
Metzenbaum.
bill going to the wrong place.
Yeah. Metzenbaum Shoulder Industries.
These were already on the bills when Glenn took over paying them. So
Right.
he inherited these, but
Yeah. Yeah. How about your other ones? You ever run into this on other stuff?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not worth all the paperwork of what we have to do. Myself or Diane, we just go to the bank and get a cash money order or whatever, or we just throw another $1 in there and
Right.
move them on.
Right.
But these are things that, not just my department, many departments.
Yeah.
If it's not the department's fault, we should be able to go to the county administrator and go,
Right.
explain it and move on.
Yeah, I agree.
We don't have 3 weeks, we don't have 2 weeks, because late charges keep coming and coming.
Yeah. But we
Granted,
shouldn't be in the habit of paying late charges.
Correct. I'm
either.
not-
Yeah.
No, and that's
Disagreeing
what I said.
with that.
It's something that we can still look at and say, no, this is, you got to spend the time because this was your screw up.
Or not even a screw up.
Your
but-
department's
yeah.
mess up. It
Yeah.
wasn't, it went through the process, and because of, it was the end, we see a lot of these actually, I think more towards the end of the year in
Yeah.
January because of the way the
Yeah.
financials have to go that during that.
Well, like,
period of time.
something goes in, it could sit in the auditor's office for, however long, right? I mean, it could go up there.
The auditors are
usually it's
usually
good.
they're pretty good. I'll stick up for
boy,
the
there was a
auditor.
consensus on that.
Usually, I'm not trying to throw them under the bus or
Right.
anything, but, I mean, it's a process.
But it's,
yeah.
then
Yeah.
that's really the process that we're required to go through as a government
take time.
agency. Takes that time to go through, and if
Yeah.
one of those processes is out of step by 3 or 4 days,
Right.
and you only have,
yeah.
utility company or whoever only gives you 10 days to write the check and get it back to them.
It's a tight window.
It's a tight- yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah. I mean-
most of the time, the auditors, when it comes to our gas and electric, we really talk to them. So if something's due up there on Thursday,
Mhm.
all right, they'll say, okay, we'll slide that gas in because we know how much it is, all right? Or we talk to Adrian saying, hey, this one's coming in, can we slide it in for Tuesday's session
Right.
to get it paid? All right, so most of the time, when it comes to electric and gas, they work with us on
Mhm.
that. So I will back them up on that one,
Mhm.
so.
I make a motion for 21.
Second.
Commissioner Lyon?
Yes.
Commissioner Warren?
Yes.
Thank you.
And we'll work on future,
Yeah.
Jerry.
Yeah. And the hardest time is at the end of the year. So,
Yeah.
December, January, when things, we're not accepting it and the whole works. So Diana's, she comes in, she knows when those gas and electric
Do,
bills
yeah,
are.
right.
So, all right, thank you.
All right.
Say something then, please.
Have a great day.
All right, you too.
Commissioner Benson, for the offer.
Mm,
That's all the part of
Oh.
So it's something that you probably might want.
Good morning, Mr. Lair.
Morning. All right. Item 22, Transit Department is requesting the board approve, authorize the president of the board to execute the Ohio Department of Transportation contract, amendment project number CARE 4101-024-211 for an increase of additional federal CARES Act funding in amount of $344,648 to be used for operating and capitalized maintenance expense for total federal award amount of $754,889.
Hey, so what are you applying for more CARES Act funding, is that?
It was money that was out there and we applied for it and, they figured our size of the county, what, our total revenue, then they come up with an
Yeah.
amount and so.
I thought
which is-
that was all used up.
No, they
This is
still
all
had
through
additional.
ODOT.
Oh.
This was the money that went, the portion of it that went to ODOT for transportation.
Oh, okay,
So,
oh, okay, okay. All right, I'll make that motion.
Second?
Commissioner Lyon?
Yeah.
Commissioner Warren?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Guys have a good day.
Yeah.
You too.
So ODAC is still
They
distributing?
still have money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Morning.
Good morning.
I,
A
did they
lot
not
of
under a
it's, a
time?
lot of it's, yeah, a lot of it's stuff that they had planned to do and they just didn't process it through last
But
year.
they run under the
And
time
then they
crunch
get,
like
when
that.
they pushed, they pushed CARES off to be through.
This
the end
was
of this
delivered
year.
while I was waiting for
So
the
once
spot
they did
yesterday.
that,
So,
I was like,
um,
Oh, they
we'll worry about it
just
next year.
signed
Oh,
up.
okay.
And then we-
Under, so they had everybody jumping through all these hoops.
I scolded him.
Unbelievable. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Department of Water Resources.
Go ahead.
First thing, we're requesting the board approve and authorize the president of the board to execute the request for partial payment number 13-REV2 for the Ohio Water Development Authority Contractor's Estimate and the fund payment request number 9 for Workman Industrial Services Incorporated for the Auburn Corners wastewater treatment plant upgrade and Troy Oaks wastewater treatment plant conversion project in the amount of $25,000.
So moved.
I have a question.
Yes.
How many more installments are we gonna, for this Auburn Corners?
I don't know how many more is going to be broken up. I know there's a little over 200,000 left.
Okay.
So I know that this was like kind of the first chip of it.
Okay.
For retainage. Oh, they still need to finish a few things.
Second the motion.
Commissioner Lyon?
Yes.
Commissioner Warren?
Yes.
Number 24, we're requesting the board approve and authorize the president of the board to execute the request for partial payment number 6, the Ohio Water Development Authority Contractor's Estimate and the fund payment request number 6 for Trax Construction Company for the Chardon Township wastewater treatment plant and sewer project in the amount of $277,241.90.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Lyon?
Yes.
Commissioner Warren?
Yes.
How are they doing? Are they almost done there?
Yes,
Yeah.
getting close.
Mhm.
Yeah, getting close. There's an update on our website. I know laterals are being put in. Oh, not laterals, the mains are done, right?
Yeah. So they're-
And they've mapped out where the laterals will go and.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they expect to be done by August 1st.
Oh, good.
25, we're requesting the board grant permission to advertise for bids for the Jaga County Water Towers Painting and Improvements project. It's
to be held on Wednesday, July 7th, 2021 at 2 p.m. Notice of the bid opening will be advertised this June 10th and next Thursday, June 17th, and on the county website. So we're looking to get those towers painted and cleaned and
Good.
just, looking
Yeah.
to see how much it's going to cost.
Very good. So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes. How many towers are we
There's
speaking?
3 of them, isn't there?
No, there's 2 towers.
Two
There's one
towers.
down in Knowles Industrial Park and then the one at Bear Road.
Okay.
Last but not least, requesting the board approve the bid to Pelton Environmental Products Incorporated for the McFarland Wastewater Treatment Plant 14 UV modular replacements in the amount of $59,314.29, as they represented the lowest and best bid.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Lennon?
Aye.
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay,
Okay,
great.
it's on the bid through the US Mail this time.
What, yeah, they hand
They did.
delivered it.
Oh,
No, did they?
It came regular mail,
Oh.
but it was a week early.
That's what, yeah.
That's the one that they had to
It was in the mailbox.
rebid because the
It was
contractor
received
sent their
late.
bid through the US Mail and it came in
Late.
an hour late after,
Oh,
an hour
man.
after the bid.
As long as we're not getting absentee ballots in the mail.
I'm still waiting on my driver's license from the post office.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, yeah. So the first project or objective that we have is requesting the board approve the recommendation of the Family Services Planning Committee for the proposed social services to be provided through Title 20 funds, and to further approve and authorize the president of the board to execute our Title 20 county profiles for the period of October 1st, 2021 through September 30th, 2023. And just in summary, what these are is we come up every 2 years, biannually, to have this board approved. We have a public hearing, which we put in the paper, and then from the minutes of that public hearing, we then, there's testimony, and then that information gets put forward for the Family Services Planning Committee. They vote on it to come to you guys, and this is in order to receive Title 20 base and Title 20 transfer funds from the state on a biannual basis. So our funds go to support a lot of different community things. Woman Safe is a big one. Our Adult Protective Services program. I know Department of Aging with a bus for seniors. A number of different programs throughout the county.
Excellent. I'll make the motion.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes.
Thank you. And the next is that we're asking to go into executive session to discuss our compensation for this upcoming year.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWort?
Yes. Got a time?
In at 10:33.
Where's Ralph? Didn't you ask? I don't know. When it's a little old.